Hey, Tony Chips here from Chiappetta Shoes. This is Workshop Live, first one we're doing from the new shop. Really excited to break this puppy in. So I got a complicated situation. Lovely lady, a little bit more on the elderly side. Very, very angry toes. She's got toes that are screaming all day long, particularly on her right foot. The fourth toe is in a fixed kind of like hammer toe situation. They're very short toes. They look like they need some friends. And you know, there's situations a lot of times when we have these hammer toe problems that become really rigid. And especially as we get older, there's atrophy that sets into the muscles, tendons get real tight, and when you look at the toes themselves, you have your big toe is a lever motion, your outside four toes are scrunchers. And when we deal with a situation like this where there's a lot of rigidity, we have to create enough space both on the top side with the shoes and from underneath with the orthotics or the insert, whatever you're using. And you know, that's a direct intervention. Anything here that we're pushing up on is going to create a tension on the toe. The problem is she's having significant just stress and pain with that fourth toe. Now, she hasn't been to the podiatrist lately to get the callus rubbed off. I recommended Brown's Foot Bath as a weekly solution to keep the skin happier, and happy to talk more about that, but we're talking about orthotics right now. So I got some modifications happening on the inserts. We have a set of custom orthotics. This is a 4-layer insert, kind of like one of our similar standard orthotics. We have a few modifications on here too. This is called a cuboid bar, or kind of a lateral arch bar. Helps hold and keep the foot from supinating too much. We have a nice SR Poron metatarsal support, and then a little extra rigidity for the big toe. Now, this is a THK material. We already have beveled out the forefoot, second through the fifth toe area, just down to that EVA to create a little bit more space. We're taking it a little bit more extreme today by doing two things. In this side, I'm actually going to cut out the material. We have two pairs we're working with. I'm going to cut out the material just like that, and I'm going to replace it with an even thinner material. So we're creating just about an extra millimeter of space. Now that's number one. Number two, SR Poron is a great material for us to work with, and it's nice and squishy. It's an open cell material. It compresses, and it generally rebounds back to the same shape. This stuff, when we use it for metatarsal pads, it does have a life, an end date, just with all the compression. But because we're trying to almost release the metatarsals so the toe will relax as much as it can, I'm going to replace this piece with a little bit firmer material. This is an EVA, so it's closed cell, but it's a 55 durometer. So we're going with a little bit thicker, a little bit firmer. Now, I got this side prepped up. I'm going to take off the metatarsals on the right side with the fourth toe that's angry. So watch me over at the grinder over here. In this process, we're just taking it down. Really enjoying this refurbished line finisher from Landis. Thing's a beaut. All right. Yep, so we're just taking off the original metatarsal pad. All right. Back over here. Now, couple of things, just from a finishing standpoint. If we leave this piece where it's just a straight flat cut, that's not good. We want to bevel this a little bit just for the nice touch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trusty Dremel and bevel the edge by about 45 degrees so we don't have any hot spots on here. This lady's foot we've been working with for probably about 4 years now, and we've had most of the time we've had a pretty good kind of situation with the foot being happy. Like I said, she's a gal in her early 80s, I want to say. She believes in the concept of use it or lose it, right? So we like hearing that. She stays very active, and that's a great way to keep your body moving and not get worse. All right, so we got this beveled. We got this piece here. So we're just going to glue that from underneath. So I have to have that edge in this spot here as nice as as clean as we can get. Now, the metatarsal support, it's essentially the same shape, just going a little bit firmer in this area. So my goal is when we add a metatarsal support, you're really targeting about 1/4 inch behind the met heads and behind the second, third, and fourth. There's different shapes that you can do too, but when you do something like this, the idea is to push up here to release the toes and let them sit a little bit more naturally. So we got the blue orthotics set up. Next piece here, we're going to take the purple set of orthotics. I might have to do some color correcting on this camera. And we're just going to cut the old 4-foot pad. All right. Now, when I do this, it's like arts and crafts, you know. I want to leave a little extra space for me to cut properly. And we need about 1/4 inch of material to glue to the orthotic. So, again, hammer toes, you know, there's plenty of different surgeries that you can do. Doesn't always guarantee anything either. So I work with a lot of great doctors here in town, southeast Wisconsin, northern Illinois, a lot of great doctors. And you know, when it comes to orthotic modifications, there's not a lot of people that do this. This is something that we do on the spot. People will wait, you know, 10 to 15 minutes, and you know, it's a part of the process. Nothing is ever perfect right out of the gate. The body changes. Mechanically, the feet don't change all that much from a bone structure standpoint, but you know, our muscles can become tight and tendons become damaged. So doing modifications like this on a regular basis are common for us, but in the orthotic world, there's very few people that actually do this type of service. And we're proud to be able to offer this. And you know, having us at our new store, 4820 75th Street, really gives us a great opportunity to make this happen. All right. So I'm going to do it, and then we're going to glue from the bottom when I need to draw my glue outline. All right. Okay. Any excess that is exposed to the foot and the skin, we'll wipe off a little acetone before we're done here. So, all right. We got 2 sets. Second set is glued up. First set we're going to get prepared really nicely. Now, with this, EVA is a closed cell foam. It's going to soften with heat. Heat activates the glue really nicely. And typically thicker materials like this, the met head that we have cut out, that is something that we'll want to heat up real good. Get that going. All right. We have this here. We really want to make sure we don't create any extra friction spots or zones. You could go from the top, but I don't think that would be wise. I'm doing it from underneath with the beveled edge here. So We got that. Now we got to get the Met pad on. And yeah, you know, this is something that the customer is going to try for about a week or so. You know, we usually have luck when we make little modifications like this. We're going to combine this with a visit to Dr. Jacobson out of Illinois. Great doc. I'm also recommending Brown's foot bath. Getting back into the routine there. When we deal with achy toes and callous skin, Brown's foot bath is an excellent resource for anybody in that arena. All right, so we got orthotic number 1. 2 is going to be coming up. Take it over to the grinder. Before I get over there, trimming that up. Now this is going to be a little flimsier than average, but you know, we're just trying to accommodate this toe. All right, now I gotta finish this puppy off. Giving it the old cobbler smack. Alright, now I'm shaping the metatarsal support too. I'll show you that in a sec. All right, so we have modified orthotic. We've got the toe area thinned out even more, down to about 1 millimeter of EVA foam, tapered up nicely, new metatarsal support, helping out these hammer toes. That's gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Lots more to come. Ciao.